heater about that, or an air conditioner that's not working anymore, or the lights that won't turn on in the bedroom, or whatever it is. Okay? The danger is that we want to play 20 questions at the front door. We want to diagnose and solve the problem without ever leaving the welcome mat. Right? That's what I'm warning against. Keep it brief means we just want to ask a couple of questions that demonstrates that we know what we're talking about. Then we want to confirm that they actually want to get fixed today. And which objection is that clearing?
The right
Time. Yeah, the right time. We want to confirm their intent to fix that thing today. Because if they're thinking at the front door that I'm not fixing this, I'm just getting quotes right now, isn't that handy to know that at the front door? As opposed to getting that information at the end of the call? Yeah, let's figure that out at the front door. So we're going to ask a couple of our expert questions. We're going to confirm intent, and then we're simply going to address their membership status. Whether or not they're a member. What do you call your service membership here?
Home care plan.
Home care plan? It's a whole bunch of different things. All right, so we're just going to call it membership. Everybody knows what we're talking about? It's the home care plan?
Home care plan.
Okay, well, home care plan. That will be the acceptable language until someone says otherwise. So it sounds something like this. So Mr. Jones, looks like we've got a problem with a broken garbage filter today. Any strange noises when that thing went down? Like if you flick it on right now, is it going to buzz? Okay, very good. That gives me an idea where to start. Appreciate that. So it sounds like something that you want to get fixed today. Yeah? All right, very good. And it says here in my notes that you're not a member of our home care plan. Okay, perfect. We'll talk more about that later on. That's it. See how quick and easy that is? So a couple of expert questions. Intent to buy, intent to get it fixed today. And I want you to get this. Park your customer at the back table right now, and I say the exact same thing. I'm not asking that question to swindle them into making that choice. I'm simply asking that question to know what their choice is. Because if they're thinking, no, I'm getting other quotes, I got 3 other guys lined up after you, I just want to know that now in advance, rather than going through the call with a different expectation than what they have. So that's it. They're allowed to answer that yes or no, however they want to answer it. And if they answer yes, what have we done? We've just taken that objection completely out of play. So with that in mind, which stickers are we going to put on the bottom of the sticker? Yeah, let's get a little bit more critical in our thinking here. So person and company we can put on all of these, but this is changing already. What did we just finish? What I just finished asking about? So time for sure. Dispatch says they have a problem with the garbage disposal, right? So we're now already seeding the solution. Does this guy know what he needs to know to fix this thing? If I've asked those questions at the front door, that's the whole point. That they now have some trust that they're going to get a solution to that. So solution without a doubt and time. Solution and time are the two that we're looking at here. Band-Aid and a calendar, yeah.
What he called it, man. What you think his word?
Sticker time. Once you've got those stickers in place, you're welcome to flip over to page 50. And just scan through that, noticing that this is our first instance of some very trade-specific language.
Always.
Again, notice that we're not trying to solve it. We're not trying to figure out what's wrong. We're just trying to get pointed in the right direction. A couple of expert questions is all that is. Really easy to ask, and for the most part, they're gonna be very similar. You don't even need to invent new ones all the time. Confirm that you've got the right problem. Have you ever been dispatched out to a call where you thought X was broken and it was really Y?
Yes.
Okay, of course. So that's part of it. You know, we're gonna make sure that we're actually there for the right reasons, and there's a variety of reasons that can happen, and that's not the point. It's just that we wanna make sure that we're there for the right reason, and then ask a couple expert questions, confirm their intent, move on. Where do we go? Okay? So we're gonna practice this, we're gonna put this to practice in a few moments as we unpack the rest of this greed step. The next part of the greed step is the most critical, so I'm gonna ask you, we're gonna skip over page 51, that page is to be left alone, and jump straight to page 52 if you would. Now, who has seen a version of this before, page 52? This. Okay, so this is brand new, this one you have not seen. So you've seen a version of this, but this has changed slightly since the last time you saw it. And I know that because this is the first printing of the books with this version in it. We've been teaching this for a while, but we've got it on the books. Okay, so what's the difference between this and what you've seen before? Asking it today, yep. And the 5-star service exists. You see that? And thorough evaluation is actually in print on here now. Okay? So the language is identical. It's almost identical with the exception of adding that 5-star service at the end of it. So this is the agenda. This is the critical failure point of the greed step. If you skip this, you're setting yourself up for failure. That's what I mean by that. You skip this, you're setting yourself up for failure for the rest of the call. My strong suggestion is every technician has this as a visual tool in front of your customer. Who's doing that? Who has a version of this that you're putting in front of your customers? Okay, Victor. Anyone else? We have a strong correlation that we've been able to show between technicians who actually use this and those who don't. You can say all of this, but saying it and showing the pictures is infinitely more valuable. This, by the way, is the entire service system, right here. Everything else that you need to do is right here. Okay, Mr. Customer, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the situation. I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay, see that? That's number one. Look at the situation. Notice that it's a situation, not a problem. It's a key word there. I'm going to do a thorough evaluation. If I should notice something that needs your attention, is it okay if I point it out to you? That's the second one. Okay. What step is this of the service system? Explore. This is an explore step. It's like literally everything I need to do for an explore step. Look at the situation, ask questions, thorough evaluation, asking more questions along that way. That's it. Okay? And then we're going to go ahead and put together some options, and I'm going to get your approval on which one of those you'd like me to get started on. What step am I in here? This is the present step. And I'm going to go ahead and do that work today. That sound okay? Yeah? All right. Now, Mr. Jones. More money. It's the sound of money everywhere today. I really love the generous nature of the group here. Start we'll find silver lining. And Mr. Jones, it's always my intention to provide 5-star service. And so that's my expectation that I want to set for you here today. And if there's any point at this call where you're feeling like that's not happening, please point that out to me. I'm setting that expectation here at the front step. Okay? What happens to my customer's mindset when I actually verbalize that at the front door? Entirely different set of expectations from what they had prior to this. Okay? Now I'm earning my permission to ask for those stars when I get to the end of the call. And we're going to do that next week. When we get done the work, we're actually going to go ahead and do that and ask for those stars. Okay? What questions do you have about this agenda as it's laid out here?
Can you repeat right after you talk about today?
Yeah, let me just walk through the whole thing again. All right, so just going to, this is exactly how I do it. I would flip this over in front of the customer. All right, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that garbage disposal together. I'm going to ask you some questions while we're there. All right, now at the same time, we're going to need to do a thorough evaluation of your plumbing system. Just make sure that we've looked at the key components, and as we're doing that, I'll ask you some more questions.